Germany has agreed to send its Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine and allow other countries using German-made tanks to re-export them. The contract fulfills months of requests from Kyiv for additional weapons to penetrate Russian lines. Quoting Reuters, Kyiv specifically applied for the delivery of the Leopard 2 tanks as they have several advantages over alternatives, such as the British Challenger 2 tank and the US M1 Abrams tank. Reasons why Ukraine wanted the Leopard 2. One of the strengths of the Leopard 2 tank is that, apart from being one of the best tanks in the arsenal of the West, it is also one of the most widely used. With around 20 countries operating the Leopard 2, several nations could each field a small portion of their tanks to support Ukraine. Operating a single model in bulk will make it easier for Ukraine to train crews and manage maintenance. More than 3,500 Leopard 2 tanks have been created since production began in 1978. The tank, produced jointly by German companies Krauss-Maffei-Wegmann and Rheinmetall, weighs over 60 tons, has a 120 mm smoothbore gun and can hit targets at a distance of up to 5 km. 3.1 million. Countries that operate the Leopard include Canada, Denmark, Finland, the Netherlands, Norway, Austria, Poland, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey. How many Leopard 2 tanks are there? Although the Leopard 2 tank was widely used, tanks and other heavy weapons were rarely available in much of the West as many countries drastically reduced the size of their militaries after the collapse of the Soviet Union. According to German military expert Karl Schulz, Germany has about 350 Leopard 2 tanks currently, compared to around 4,000 main battle tanks at the height of the Cold War. At the same time, it is impossible to buy Leopard 2 tanks in large quantities, with the German defense industry being prohibited by law from producing these tanks in stock. Typically, countries that order new tanks must be prepared to wait 2 to 3 years for delivery. Even if production ramps up, experts say it could take at least 2 years for the first new tank to ship out of the factory. Alternative tanks: the United States operates thousands of M1 Abrams tanks built by General Dynamics and is ready to ship dozens to Ukraine as a reversal of its previous policy. But the M1 Abrams does not appear to be a good fit for Ukraine, as it is driven by a gas turbine engine with high fuel consumption, which will pose a challenge for Ukraine to keep supplying it, even though it could also run on diesel. The Leopard 2 uses a more economical engine that burns diesel, which is also more readily available than kerosene. The UK government announced in January it would deliver a squadron, or 14, of its Challenger 2 battle tanks. However, unlike the Leopard 2, the tank is not in widespread use, which limits how many can be made available to Ukraine. In addition, unlike the M1 Abrams and Leopard 2, which both have a 120 mm cannon, the Challenger 2 has a long gun with different ammunition requirements, limiting interoperability.